Alright, welcome back everybody. Alright, we're down to the final sections of the Midgar arc for Final Fantasy VII PC version. It's like a precious memory. Alright, I'll just throw that out there as a part of a reason, something, I don't know. And so... just before episode 1 to about mid-80s, give or take, that has seen the original trilogy. No, 1, 2, and 3 just not so much. Don't get me wrong. Me recently in Phantom Menace, redeeming quality. About, Grievous and the bitch way Anakin lost to Obi-Wan Kenobi, turning into Darth Vader. And even then, it was like, eh. Left-handed is basically the movie itself was just awesome. Just hands down, it really was. If that movie didn't solidify J.J. Abrams as the king of the nerds right then and there, so Abrams did an amazing job. It really felt like it was a continuance, 20 years later after episode 6. It really was amazing. Next year is Rogue One, part of the transition between, it's like late, like very late transition into episodes 3 to episode 4, in which how the rebels stole the Death Star plans. I mean, aside from episodes 1, 2, and 3, which Lucas pretty much screwed up everything, Star Wars is going to be around for a long ass time. Alright, just no questions about it. Like, way off into the future, it's still going to be that popular. It's the same with Star Trek. Of course, that's been around since the 60s. And of course, it's slow. The technology on Earth is just slowly leading up to Star Trek. I mean, hell, if you compare technology today with Star Trek, cell phones look, their ideas from the original, they'll flip and talk. The like the iPads and tablets was after Star Trek The Next Generation. Google glasses from Deep Space Nine. I mean, like I said, most of the technology nowadays we use came from Star Trek. And I know everyone's going, that's where it's gonna go eventually. We're all gonna go Star Trek, blah blah, fuck Star Wars. It's like, the way things are going, it's gonna be a mashup between Star Trek technology and Star Wars technology. I don't know when or how it's gonna happen, but it'll somehow eventually be a mashup between the two, and that is what Earth is going to go technology wise into the future. So we'll see in about minimum 100 years, if the Earth hasn't destroyed itself yet. So those that went to see Star Trek the day it actually opened, it's still going to be mixed feelings. Especially those that seen it Thursday. And like, there's going to be people that'll say it was just as great as the originals. And then there's others that are will say yeah, it was alright. Like, they weren't really expecting much. The best way to enjoy a movie, at least in my opinion, is you go in with zero expectations whatsoever. You know, you're not going in with all the hype. And just basically just enjoy the movie, again with, like I said, zero expectations, and then formulate your own reaction to seeing it. A couple of trailers that came out
before the movie started. One of them is the sequel to the Ninja Turtles reboot. I grew up watching the originals, like late 80s, early 90s. And when they got a reboot, like early 2000s, those were good. The originals I love. Because it was, like I said, it was something I grew up with. And seeing how dark it has like an anime feel to it. When they got the first animated reboot in the early 2000s, like it had that anime feel and hook, but it was still an American cartoon, which you rarely see a lot of nowadays. Western cartoons taking a page from anime, manga, storytelling. Like take things in arcs, not just doing a random episode and hopefully it'll go from there. Very few shows can actually pull off, at least American cartoon wise, where you can just randomize episodes and be popular. But if you want to compete nowadays, you gotta throw in Eastern style storytelling. Case in point, the Ben 10 series, Western style animation, Japan style storytelling. Which, rare to do, but they really pulled it off. So, most shows nowadays are trying to do that very same formula. But just trying to do a mashup between East meets West. Normally it won't work so well, but when it does, you gotta keep it interesting. That's the one downside to even in anime. And manga, is that you gotta keep the story interesting, or otherwise you start losing audience. it's a big problem because the whole trying to like I said, keeping it interesting, but at the same time, the whole fear of cancellation should be motivation enough to try to keep your stories that popular and interesting. Which isn't really the case. Because you can keep the story interesting all you want. But it won't mean anything until you actually get it out there, published, and they actually work with their editors to keep it interesting. Usually, like I said, it's usually not the case when that happens. So, the best you can do is support it as best as you could. If it gets canceled, don't cause a scene or whatever. Just continue showing support. If you read it online on certain websites, actually buy the manga books and anime if it does get an anime adaptation, because you're showing support for something that you enjoy watching. And it helps Japan's economy. And so if you ever wonder why Japanese anime shows don't last long, anywhere from 12 to 24 episodes long. The production companies like Sentai Filmworks, Funimation Japan, Viz Media Japan, Jump, like Shonen Jump, like Dragon Jump, I don't know, just Jump production companies, they work off of commission from sales around the world. That's how Japan's economy is stabilized. Every time you buy like a manga issue or a anime DVD, Blu-ray, whether it's a box set or an individual DVD copy, it helps Japan's economy continue to be stabilized. Now, the main question on everybody's mind when they hear that is, why should I pay for something that I can just easily watch for free? If you want to continue watching your favorite show, like anime series, you gotta show support by actually buying, like I said, manga volume or DVD copy, Blu-ray copy of its anime adaptation, so that they can continue making episodes, making new chapters, so that the more they produce, the more we can buy. And if you're just going to be watching the show for free, again, on whether it's a mobile device, PC, laptop, gaming console, which you can just either watch for free, read for free, that's not helping Japan's economy. It's actually hurting them. Though, you can get a taste of what to expect when you're reading or watching a series. And then go out and buy it when it does come out. To, again, like I said before, to help keep Japan's economy going so they can produce more of their TV shows, their exporting businesses, all that other stuff. So Christmas is less than a week away. If you haven't already gotten your holiday shopping done, or you're already done with it, if you haven't done your shopping yet, not speaking well today. Anyways, if you haven't done your shopping for Christmas, if you celebrate it, deadline's coming up. If you are done with your shopping, congratulations. Okay, honestly, that was intentional what I just did. Bribery is what he did. He extorted you. Alright, so yeah, if you get it on the first try on this one, you get the elemental materia. And it's just gonna keep saying, you got it all wrong. Should have went with that first anyways. So the So anyways, like I said this before, Star Wars has probably already broken box office sales by now. Or if not already. At least with the pre-order tickets. no, I'm not going to talk about it to those that haven't seen episode 7 yet. The whole, spoilers and everything. It's the one thing I hate when people have already seen the movie and will spoil everything with just one scene. Especially when it becomes like an important scene in the movie. Yeah, just especially a movie in which or at least, good movies like Star Wars or Star Trek. Like, don't be a complete dick when it comes to, spoilers. Just say, hey, I've seen the movie. I know a lot of people haven't. Especially those that are like, uber fans and all. Just save spoilers until a rough week after the movies came out, just to play it safe. Because if you spoil it, that one scene, even if you're making it into a meme, whoever created it would probably die a horrible death. So just throwing that out there. I've talked about Team 4 Star before. And yes, they're doing a much abridged version of Final Fantasy VII. I mean, in all honesty, yep, not completely putting them out of the picture, just slightly setting them off to the side. It's like, yes, they're doing something that taking something that they love and giving it their version of how something should be said. You know, like when they're doing their Dragon Ball Z abridged. At first, I was kinda put off by it because I thought at first they were just ruining the series by taking the same show and giving it their twist. But after watching a couple of their episodes, it's pretty damn good. Would I ever do an abridged version of a series? I haven't. I've thought about it. Not sure if I want to, or at least try to attempt. But if I did, I gotta be careful of what show I should watch, or at least make an abridged version of. Because choosing a show and then doing an abridged version of it and then try to do a script that can live up to the original is a lot harder to do than you realize. Because it's one of those, make it or break it abridged series. So new season of I think like the new season of Game of Thrones comes out next month. And coming February on Netflix, season 2 of Daredevil comes out. And also Fuller, Fuller House on Netflix coming in February. I guess the original cast comes back. So that's a thing that's going to happen. If you're into anime, like general anime, like you have no preferred genre, highly recommend watching One Punch Man. It's a good series. It's got a nice combination between action and comedy. just to honor the guy from Star Wars, so though he's not a real character. We're getting closer to the end of the Midgar arc. Still gotta go through one two-parter boss fight. Around with the president of Shinra, a highway battle, and a highway boss fight before the end of the arc. Yeah, the graphics on the PC version of this is better. Or at least slightly. It's a little more refined. PC version, which this is what this is on the PS4. And I mean, it still plays the same as you would on the PS1. And looking at the trophies the one day, they did add ruby and emerald weapons to this. So that's a plus. I know one game everyone really wants to play is, of course, Kingdom Hearts 3. Still one of the sought after games since the end of the PS2 era. The Birth by Sleep game that was on the PSP. Of course, re-releasing every Kingdom Hearts game on the PS3 in HD really didn't help. Well, let me rephrase that. It helped because it got people playing the game again to the point where they're just trying to grab all the trophies they can from every game. Not saying it's a bad thing. What I am saying is there were people waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 on the PS3. And when they didn't show, people were wondering if that would be the end of the Kingdom Hearts saga, was the whole Birth by Sleep. Much like Final Fantasy VII, there's still a lot of story for Kingdom Hearts. And 7 still has a lot of story, still. So, whatever Square Enix, Disney has in store for KH3, it's like we've only seen teasers at the E3 earlier in the year, and the most recently the D23, I believe it's called, about the new Kingdom Hearts, which again, a lot of people was expecting still great things from it. Will we ever see it in 2016? Part of me wants to say yes, but I have a feeling they're going to postpone it another year and release it the same day as Final Fantasy VII Remake. Meaning that a lot of people that enjoy both Final Fantasy VII and Kingdom Hearts 3, they're going to be torn into what to play first. There's the remake, which, though Square Enix says it's going to be an episodic series, as a length of a full game itself, they have been known to give out false information, underhype games to the point where they want it to actually succeed well, whereas overhyping some of the others to make it horrible. Like I said before, Square Enix has had that long tradition of giving out bad information on purpose to get everybody the wrong idea about, what they've read, seen, heard through the internet, other people, news reports. So whatever happens to Final Fantasy VII Remake, though yes, it is going to be a PS4 exclusive, because the original 7 was on the PS1. I know I will be playing it. Maybe actually broadcast it on day one after I get it. I haven't decided yet. So, and of course, if Kingdom Hearts 3 does come out the same day as Final Fantasy VII Remake, I mean, I will be playing 7 first. Because it's Final Fantasy VII. It was the one PS1 game that actually got me hooked to leaving Nintendo and shift my gaming to Sony. I mean, to be honest with you, like everybody who started off playing Nintendo at a young age, eventually they will shift their game. Their console platforms from whatever Nintendo has out at the time to either Sony's or Microsoft's. So anyways, like I said before, Square Enix always gives out bad information on purpose, or false information, I should say. False information to get people either worked up about a game in which, say, Seven's battle system changed from turn-based to active. Not complete real-time. They were going to use real-time battles. It would be like that of like their Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn MMO, or on the PC Terra, that's one R, like Terra's MMO, in which, you know, you see an enemy's line, cone, swing, AoE attack, and you can just simply dodge it with like getting out of his, her, or its range. I have a feeling that with 7's remake, I mean, there's already a lot of pre-orders on the game. I know I've had mine pre-ordered for the longest ass time now. No, I take that back then. my pre-order was for Kingdom Hearts 3. Sorry. But if and or when Square Enix decides to put a pre-order on the 7 remake, a lot of people are going to have it. Whether it's going to be off the PlayStation Network store or one of the many gaming stores, Walmart, etc. Like each one will have like maybe their own like exclusive DLC. Or whatever. Costume, something. So if that were to happen, or I should say if and or when Square Enix does decide to do a pre-order for it, that my thoughts are what I think should be a good DLC is an alternate costume for say like Tifa's should have Lightning's outfit. Or I don't know, something. Like I said, just something. Because you know that there's going to be a lot of DLCs for Final Fantasy VII Remake. going to be DLCs galore. For, well, I wouldn't say, there would probably be enough DLCs for Kingdom Hearts 3 when it does come out. So, I'm gonna say at least one of them would be the original outfit for Sora from when he did when he was in Kingdom Hearts 1. Not setting my prediction in stone. So, in a way, Rufus is actually helping Cloud and the others. But he helps him from like behind the scenes. So, saying that a lot. Anyways, and we're very close to Midgar's story arc to be over. Not like it's gonna matter, but anyways. They call him Mr. Pimp. Yeah, bad joke. Anyways. So, Square Enix, like I said before, false information. Overhyped some of the lesser popular games, or overhyped some of the more popular games, whereas some of their titles are so, underhyped. No one even bothers giving it a second look, or a first look for that matter. When that happens, most of their games that underhyped, like their Life is Strange episodic series. was actually pretty good. It really was pretty good. Because, it was so underhyped that anyways, yeah, their Life is Strange game was so underhyped that hardly anybody ever gave it a second look. There were a few titles of Final Fantasy that Square overhyped. That really should have had their time taken on. Like, 10, for example. I mean, it's supposed to be like, spiritual and everything, but like I said, it was 10 should have had their time taken on. I mean, more to the point of, like, why do you really want to play the game again? So now we have reached the end of the Midgar arc of Final Fantasy